Hi everyone, today I wanted to share with you a very cool tool I discovered a few days ago on the internet. The first time it was through a LinkedIn post, and then I dived in and I found this post, this tweet on X, which presents this tool by TLDRAW, Make Real by TLDRAW, which leverages generative AI to transform a simple mock-up, a simple drawing, I would say a napkin drawing, into a fully working prototype. That's pretty mind-blowing. You can also read this article. I will share it in the show notes below, which says that Make It Real by TLDRAW could obliterate old school UX design, and you will understand why in a moment. And I will also share this tutorial by TLDRAW, which explains how you have to use your own OpenAI API key to have access to the GPT4 API to use computer vision to transform your mockup into a working prototype. And since I'm into everything audio, I created a mockup, a drawing, to transform this drawing into a working prototype of an MP3 player, ideally, and we will see it doesn't turn out as expected in all the examples, with pulsating sound wave synced with the beat of the music. I also said that I wanted to have not only the HTML but also the CSS and the JavaScript. So I just gave an example of what I consider to be a sound wave. That's just a PNG I found on Google Images. Then I drew here a green icon for the play button and a red icon for the stop button, and I gave some additional instructions. To be fair with you, for the first example that we see here on the right-hand side, I didn't give those additional instructions, so to turn to red for the stop button and back to green for the play button. So that's why you have this blue button for the first example. But the brief was full for the next two examples, and as we will see, it was almost nice, almost good for the second one here, but not that good for the last one, which is a total failure. So it doesn't work all the time. It can also be quite pricey if you just keep on trying and trying and trying. I think that for 10 generations, it cost me roughly 35 cents of a dollar. GPT-4 is much more expensive than GPT 3.5. So just pay attention to the cost if you want to play with this for 1 hour or 2 hours. It can cost a few dollars at the end. So the way you transform your mock-up, your drawing into a prototype is just by selecting the full drawing that you've created. So you just go there, and then you select everything with your mouse, and then you have to press on Make Real. We won't do this because I already have 3 ready-made examples, but if you want to test it yourself, you just select your own drawing and you press Make Real at the right-hand side of the screen. That's the way it's working. We will see how it turned out for the different outputs that we have on the page. So if you double-click on one of those widgets, like this one, you can just play with the widget. So if I press on play, theoretically, it will play an MP3. So that's working, and as you can see, you've got some kind of pulsating sound wave at the top. It's not really the kind of sound wave I was expecting, pulsating in beat with the music, but at least it's moving when you press on play. Which is already pretty nice, to be honest. So the second one, it's a bit different. So if I double click to interact, and if I press on the green button, you can see that we have here a sound wave. I think they used wavesurfer.js to generate this sound wave in JavaScript. We can have a look in a moment. And the button doesn't turn to red as I expected, and as in the brief here in my drawing. But there is a change state. As you can see, there is a little squarish icon in the middle, which you could customize if you have access to the code. So let's press again. So as you can see, it changes to a little square and back to the play icon. And you can also, because it's a wave surfer, a waveform, you can also move in the waveform and so and play the sound again. So it's working. And the last one, I don't think anything is working, but let's click on the play icon. We don't have any sound there, but it turns to red with a little square here for the stop. It seems to pulsate a bit on the top of it, but it's not working. There's no sound coming out of it. So it's not really what we expect. Actually, the color change could be used, the code that we have in the example number 3, to adapt the example number 2, to have a change from green to red. And then maybe we could use some part of the example number 1 to have this pulsating sound wave. So you've got here 3 different outputs. Some of them are fully working prototypes, and the last one is a total failure. So yeah, it can happen. And the cool thing is that you can have access to the full code. So if you click on the 3 dots at the right-hand side here, you can open this mockup in another tab, prototype in another tab, or you can open it in something called Code Sandbox. So I did it before this video. And as you can see, I've got here, so maybe I would just make my video a bit smaller. Okay, that. So here we can just play. And that's working. And we have the full code in one single file, so we don't have the CSS in a separate file and the JS in a separate file, but we have everything in the same file with the styling for the CSS in the head section of the HTML. So here we can see the styling, the CSS for the pulsating sound wave. We also have here the HTML with all the elements, including the play button and the audio that they found somewhere on the web as a placeholder just for the demo, so the MP3. And we have the JavaScript at the end of the HTML, so which basically animates the sound wave and takes care of the feature of the play button. So all the JavaScript is here in the end of our file. So you could use straight away this code in your own project, and obviously fine tune it, change the size of the sound wave, change the color of the play button when it turns to the stop state, etc. But it's already a fully working prototype of a very basic web app. And I keep on playing with this tool to give you other examples of simple web apps that you can create with this honestly mind-blowing tool, Make Real by TLDRAW. So you just go to makereal.tlddraw.com to test the tool. You can draw your prototype straight away in this canvas. So you can also import some images if you need some images. And don't forget to add some instructions straight away in your drawing. It will facilitate the work of the GPT4 API to render those examples. So have fun with this. If you create anything cool, share it in the comments below. And subscribe to this channel if you're interested into the latest advances in generative AI. I keep on creating videos like this. Thank you very much for your attention.